My enjoyment of Las Vegas, I think, really dates back many years to growing up and daydreaming about Las Vegas, having seen it in Rat Pack specials and in images on TV where it is shown as a glamorous place filled with energy, filled with life. There was always a sense in my mind that Las Vegas had stories to tell. And I was struck by the beauty of the city, not just by the energy and the nightlife, but actually by the desert panorama itself. I had the chance to drive down out of the mountains one night and come into the vast desert below and see Las Vegas unveiled as though from behind a theater curtain. The sky just seems bigger and the lights seem that much more intense because they sit in the context of this vast open plain in the desert. I knew right then and there that I wanted to paint the world's most exciting city and to capture it in an exciting way. I had in mind a specific view that I had seen from a small airplane flying into the city at dusk one evening. As I looked up Tropicana Boulevard and looked at the setting sun, I knew I'd found the view that I wanted to paint. There's a famous sign that welcomes visitors to Las Vegas. It's been featured in a lot of movies, TV shows, and so forth. Of course, I had to enlarge it quite a bit and include it in the composition. I knew I wanted to put whimsical tributes to the entertainers that have made Las Vegas famous. Of course, I had to feature the Rat Pack stars, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Joey Bishop, Sammy Davis Jr., and Peter Lawford. I also put whimsical tributes such as Liberace, Wayne Newton, Don Rickles. Those are some of my favorites, as well as to Bobby Darin, Elton John, and others. Someone told me as I was working that Las Vegas is so renowned for its wedding chapels that I really ought to include a Kincaid wedding chapel in my painting. The hotels were fun, especially New York, because it has such a sense of connection to the actual city of New York. I enjoyed working on Lady Liberty and exaggerated her scale a little so that I could fit her into the painting. The Luxor Pyramid is a favorite because I actually stayed at the top of the pyramid. And of course I included the Sphinx that you see out in front of the pyramid itself. I put birds swirling around as a reference to all the visitors that come to Las Vegas. The streets are probably crowded, but that detail was so fine that it would not have been feasible to put figures into the painting. Instead, I put the birds as a reference to all the energy of life. I began developing a light concept for the painting. Of course, it was easy because we had Tropicana Boulevard, and that allowed for a lot of lights going down the center of the composition. I wanted the lights that were man-made to point to the setting sun, which is God's light shining over the desert. With the lighting concept established, I wanted to really emphasize the glowing pockets of activity so that you see the MGM Grand Hotel, or you see the Excalibur Hotel, or the Tropicana. And as you look at these hotels, they glow as though they are being lit by theater lighting. Of course, the king of Las Vegas entertainers is Elvis, so of course I had to put the king himself floating overhead, almost as though the patron saint of entertainment is there looking down upon this busy scene. I built up layer upon layer to allow a brushy, impressionistic look. I took my cue from the artists of the modern, exuberant impressionist movement. Artists like Leroy Neiman, Mark King, and others work in this technique that involves a very fast application of paint and a lot of brilliant color. I like that look and enjoyed stretching my skills a little and working in a technique that is a little more vibrant and a little more contemporary. The use of the sky as a dramatic foil to the landscape allowed me to create an overall atmospheric mood. This really comes to life when you dim the lights, and as you bring the lights down on the subject, you will see more and more radiance to the detail. As I finished the painting, I realized that there was one hotel that was front and center in my composition. Of course, being an artist and enjoying this kind of fun detail, I had to change the name of the hotel. See if you can figure out the name of the new hotel. The final details of the painting involved putting my hidden ends, 25 of them, in tribute to my 25th anniversary as a published artist. Even though I'm an artist and a man of faith and a family man, I also enjoy getting out there and having fun, especially when I can take Nanette and enjoy a weekend or an overnighter in Las Vegas. In fact, we really enjoy the fact that there are so many places you can hear music and dance and have fun that literally go around the clock. Viva Las Vegas. What more needs to be said? This is Thomas Kincaid. I hope you enjoy my tribute to the most exciting city in the world.